Dark matter, a scientific and spiritual mystery. Decoded, it started with a whisper in the quiet halls of the observatory. Dr. Aria Khan, an astrophysicist renowned for her unyielding curiosity, stared at the data streaming in from the telescope. It didn't add up. The calculations suggested an invisible force, dark matter, was influencing galaxies across the universe. But what was it? Why was it there? And why did it refuse to be seen? Late one night, Aria sat alone in her lab, the glow of her computer casting eerie shadows. Her fingers hovered over the keyboard as she recalled an ancient Sufi parable her grandmother used to tell her. God hides in the spaces between, in the silence and the unseen. To find him, you must look where others dare not. Aria's scientific mind rebelled against the idea of intertwining science with spirituality. Yet, as she stared at the inexplicable numbers on her screen, she couldn't shake the feeling that dark matter was more than just a physical mystery, a stranger's warning. 2 weeks later, during a conference in Switzerland, Aria presented her findings. Her hypothesis was bold. Dark matter wasn't just a missing piece of the cosmic puzzle. It was the thread binding the universe together, a force as mysterious as it was essential. After her presentation, a stranger approached her. He was an older man with sharp blue eyes and an unsettling calmness. Dr. Khan, he said, his voice barely above a whisper. You're looking into something that has been hidden for a reason. She raised an eyebrow. And you are. Call me Elias, he said. I've studied dark matter for decades. It's not just a scientific phenomenon. It's a veil, a barrier between this world and something else. Aria laughed nervously. Are you saying dark matter is divine? Elias leaned closer. I'm saying it's not just matter, it's consciousness, living force, and some truths are dangerous to uncover. He handed her a small, leather-bound journal before disappearing into the crowd, the journal's secrets. Back in her hotel room, Aria opened the journal. It was filled with cryptic notes, diagrams, and passages referencing ancient texts, from the Bhagavad Gita to the Quran and even Sumerian tablets. One phrase appeared repeatedly. The unseen binds all. One diagram caught her attention, a spiral resembling a galaxy, overlaid with symbols she didn't recognize. At the bottom was a chilling note. To see the truth, one must risk the unknown. Curiosity overtook caution. Using Elias's notes, Aria recalibrated her equipment back at the observatory. She aligned the telescope to a specific sector of the sky, one that seemed ordinary to the naked eye. But when the data came through, her breath caught. The region was teeming with dark matter and something else. Patterns, pulses, as though it were communicating. The encounter that night, Aria dreamed, or so she thought. She found herself floating in a vast, starless void. The silence was deafening, but she felt a presence ancient and infinite. Why do you seek us? A voice echoed, not in her ears, but in her mind. Aria turned, though there was no ground beneath her, no up or down. Before her materialized a shimmering figure, neither human nor machine, composed entirely of light and shadow. I seek to understand, she whispered. You seek to define, the voice corrected. Dark matter is not for your eyes. It is the thread of creation, the fabric of existence. To pull on it is to unravel the tapestry. Aria's heart pounded, but why hide it? To protect you, the voice replied, growing fainter. Some knowledge is a burden too heavy for your kind. She reached out, but the figure dissolved into nothingness, and she woke with a gasp in her lab chair, her data files flashing incomprehensible symbols, a new perspective. The next day, Aria couldn't shake the dream, or was it a vision? She decided to present her findings cautiously, framing them as a theoretical breakthrough. But in her heart, she knew she'd touched something extraordinary. Months later, as she gazed at the night sky, Aria felt a profound peace. She no longer sought to conquer the mystery of dark matter. Instead, she understood it for what it was, the ultimate bridge between science and the divine, the silent whisper of the universe saying, I am here. And for the first time, Aria didn't need all the answers. She had found something greater, the awe of not knowing,